Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of the Manifest Direction. We're excited to introduce a guest today, very versatile, works with the United Nations, has headed multilateral agencies at state levels in the past, has a lot of credentials in the space of empowering youth and adding value to countries and internationally. My pleasure to welcome on board Mr. Gabriel Undelikwo.
Privilege really to be here.
Gabriel, we're excited to benefit from your wealth of experience, having traveled to Geneva and most of the countries of the earth to add value. We set up the Manifest Direction to add value to our youth in the face of present challenges of the world. So I would like to ask you quickly. It's said that for every challenge there is an opportunity, and this is an area that you are so good at. So we focus on the youth today to ask you, what should they do? How can they add value?
Hey, thank you so much. Once again, I'm quite privileged to be here, and I sincerely want to appreciate you and your team in Manifest Direction for the great work that you have initiated and you are sustaining over a period. Fundamentally, to address the question, I need to say that yes, it's true. Every challenge, every difficulty presents an opportunity, and what is happening in Nigeria and globally with regards to youth really presents really an opportunity that is there for the youth to explore, and for people like you and all of us to see how we can provide the guidance, the empowerment for them to be able to do that. And so you need to identify the fact that we have what we call the demographic dividends, which produces that we have a highly productive youthful population in Africa. And of course, somebody told us in a program that for Nigeria, we should start seeing it not as a dividend, but as a disaster, because we have a very large army of young people who are unemployed, many who are not in school, many who are not doing anything, and so they have a lot of energy that is being dissipated on things that are not right. And so for him, he thought that was more like a disaster waiting to happen. But fundamentally, we want to say that the youth present to us a very great opportunity in terms of energy, in terms of dynamism, in terms of what really a country would need to harness to grow. And for us, like in Nigeria, you've started on a very good footing. First, we need to make the young people to believe in themselves, and that is what you have been doing. We really need to make the young people to believe in themselves. One, two, we need to help them, empower them in terms of entrepreneurial spirit, that they can do it, and they can do a lot for themselves. They have the knowledge, they have the intellect, they have the capacity, so they need that form of encouragement to know that they can do it. So we need to also help them with that entrepreneurial spirit. We also need to get them involved in active and meaningful participation in everything that has to do with them. Listen to their suggestions, let them have a visibility and a voice, and so that you'll be able to more appreciate really the challenges they are having, and they can also listen how best they can be able to move forward. But fundamentally, they need to be economically empowered in terms of resources, in terms of education, also in terms of funding, and they need also guidance in terms of if they have ideas, how they can translate those ideas into something productive, into a project, and see the extent to which they can be helped to actualize that. Also, but fundamentally, in a country like all of us belong to right now, given what has happened in recent times, it tells us clearly that yes, the young people have ideas, they have the energy, they are looking for opportunity to unleash all of those potentials. And let's provide them that opportunity, let's provide them that guidance, let's provide them the leadership, let's also give them the voice, the visibility to achieve that.
Thank you so much, Gabe. You've added so much value already in terms of the outline that you laid out. Now, our viewers would like to know in specific terms, this guidance for the youth, what will it take in specific terms, actionable terms? What does it take, to your mind?
Okay, thank you so much. Once again, I commend your spirit, I commend the energy and the resources you are committing towards making the youths to be able to be more productive and to unleash all the potentials they do have. So, in specific terms, what I would like to see being done and what I will encourage you to explore doing is first and foremost to get the youth together and provide them that kind of capacity in terms of guidance on what to do, and also share in their ideas in terms of what they would like to do, and help them to see the opportunities that exist within their environment, both economically, but also in terms of agriculture, in terms of industry. What is it they can do with the resources available? Like we mentioned earlier, every challenge, every difficulty presents an opportunity. So what is it that exists? We need to help them to see what exists and how they can economically translate that into benefits for themselves and to the larger society. We need to help them really to see how they can package all that they know that exists into economic viable proposals, and we also need to provide access to how they can be able to have some forms of funding to be able to translate those ideas, those proposals into projects, into implementation, and into something that can be more viable to the extent that they can be able to not just help themselves, but help also other young men and help the society. So access to funding, access to credit becomes quite critical, but also what is critical that you need to do is to guide them in terms of how they can be able to manage those businesses, in terms of management skills. Don't assume that everybody will be able to know how to do a startup and run it through, grow the business up to the point where it comes to maturity. So they need some form of guidance, some form of mentorship in terms of leadership skills, in terms of managerial skills, on how they can be able to do that. We also need to provide them some kind of continuous sustained mentorship and guidance on how they can survive in the changing environment that we all find ourselves, how they can identify more potentials, more businesses, the market where the market exists, how they can have some kind of networking and linkages that can be able to help to grow whatever business they are doing. But importantly, we need to believe in the young people. We need to let them know that we believe in them, let them know that they have the potentials, let them know that they can do it, and they have the capacity, they have the intellect, they have the knowledge, all that it takes to get it done. So I'm posing that as a challenge to people like you who have taken it upon yourself to be able to make a difference in the life of young people, that look, take it forward from there and see how we can take it to the end, whereby at the end of the day, the young people in this country will be very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. You've added much value, I can tell you. From what you've said, there are takeaways for governments, for individuals like myself. I quickly see that proposal writing is one takeaway you've given
Absolutely.
me. I see that mentorship is one takeaway. I see that pointing to sources of funding is one takeaway. The funding itself is a function of the banks and the governments, and the youth empowerment programs are also a function of the government, but we can empower along the lines of mentorship, of pointing the way, of showing how to write proposals, of managing businesses from startup to success. If
Absolutely.
I hear you correctly,
Absolutely.
those are the next steps.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Mr. Undelikwo.
Thanks.
Thank you. Quite some value there. Quite some value there. Never disappoint.